Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 2 of RollPlay for Verona, the show that asks the question, what would happen if you got punched in the throat by a robot man? But before we answer that question...
Yeah, I'm going to find that out soon.
Yeah, before we find that out, let's greet our cast. Hi, everybody. Hello, welcome back. I want to check in and see what everybody's been up to, and I want to start with Mark, because I know that you have something coming up, and it's a nice... low pressure, just friendly game at Dungeons and Dragons. I saw that on Twitter and I was like, hey, I know these people.
Yeah, it's kind of pretty crazy.
Tell us about this thing you've got roped into doing.
Yeah, so June 1st to 3rd, I'm going to be in Los Angeles for the Stream of Many Eyes. It's a big event Wizards of the Coast are doing for the new D&D adventure module thing that they're doing. And on the Sunday, I'm going to be GMing a game for a bunch of people from Critical Role, Ashley Johnson, Sam Riegel, and Taliesin Jeffrey, and Matthew Lilliard as well. So I'm going to be DMing that game on Sunday. There's going to be loads of crazy stuff happening across the weekend. I'm actually going to be doing some other stuff on Saturday, which I'm not allowed to talk about, apparently. And it's going to be really fun. So, yeah, really looking forward to that. No pressure.
You're playing Wizards of the Coast's 2 favorite games, D&D and NDA.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
Can you do me a favor? Can you tell Matthew Lillard that Hackers is the greatest movie ever made? Can you please tell him
because it is the best. That's the movie I know him from the most. What was his character name in that? I'm trying to remember.
Serial Killer.
Serial Killer, that was it. Because I could remember Crash Override and those guys, but I couldn't remember his Serial Killer. That's it. I will tell him that, Adam. Don't worry. I will tell him.
I wonder, thinking about it, what other Matthew Lillard movies are there? He was in the Scooby-Doo movie.
Yeah, Scream.
Was he in Scream?
Yeah, he's in the first one, I think. I think that's his main thing that most people know him from.
Matthew Lillard. I love that he's doing all this D&D stuff, because the last time that name came up was for the last D&D event. So it's cool. Look at you in the big leagues. Yeah. So are you excited? Are you terrified? Are you excited now? You're gonna be terrified.
Yeah, there's a mixture of both. I just spent today planning out the adventure, so I'm less terrified than I was a couple of days ago when I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, and now they've announced all these cool people, so but now I've got, I'll just wait until I'm there to be scared now, so and I'm looking forward to being out in LA and seeing everybody as well, so get to catch up with some peeps.
How's that trip for you out to LA? Is it
long? Yeah. Good 11-hour flight, but that's fine. Time to catch up on.
Are you gonna be there long enough to enjoy it, see the sights, do some LA stuff?
I've got 2 spare days, so I'm there. I've got full day Thursday and Monday, so and I'm probably gonna try and hang out with Mercer and a bunch of other guys during the time. So yeah, so hopefully get to do a little bit of fun stuff, eat all your delicious food.
Yeah, well, you're going to LA, so yeah, get some tacos. Get that in, and then return to the home country where everything is gray.
Gray and has no taste and is terrible. Yes, absolutely.
Really just spoil yourself and then come back to the worst. Yeah. Well, that's cool. You come out here occasionally, right? You're not. This isn't the first time because you were in Seattle, and I've seen you in LA before. So.
Yeah, so I pop out at various events and things. And I was quite lucky when I was working in the games industry. I got to fly out to LA pretty frequently. So I'm used to the long haul flights and I know the city and stuff. So it's not going to be everything's so new and different. These people speak funny. I'll be pretty standardized to it all now. So yeah, that's really going to be good. So come and check that out, and it will be streamed and stuff as well. So check that out.
Nice. So are you like me? When you're on a plane. I love flying because it's the only time that my desperate need to multitask calms down a little bit. I'll read a whole book on a plane, or I'll prep for a campaign or whatever. I don't really sleep on planes. I get to actually focus on stuff. So when you're flying, do you have a go-to, or are you one of those people that's I'm gonna pop some Xanax and just coast?
Nah, I'm the same as you, man. I'll basically just burn through a couple of books on my Kindle, or I'll do some writing and stuff like that. I've been trying to do more and more writing for fiction and novel stuff. So that's cool. A really good time to just sit down and get some practice in. So yeah, should be good.
Cool. Well, good travels. When is that happening? That's in June, right?
June 1st to 3rd. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Bronze Girl, I wanna talk to you about your T-shirt, because I noticed, and God knows chat noticed. Is that a ghost T-shirt you're wearing?
It is. It's a Ghost Wants You T-shirt.
Yes.
Papa wants you.
Very nice. Very nice. The more people we can have on these shows wearing heavy metal T-shirts, the better. So now we got 3. So we just got to get Max and Mark some good metal tees. What have you been up to besides hanging out with everybody's best friend Kamala Khan?
Oh yeah. Other than that, just the usual. I've been streaming, reading books. I'm discovering Fahrenheit 451. I know I've been living on a different planet apparently because this is my first time reading it, but it's great so far.
That's that action movie about firemen, right?
Yeah. It's the one with Bruce Willis where he has to put out a fire and save his ex-wife from the wreckage while also rescuing his dog.
Right. Of
Mhm.
course. Of
Yeah.
course.
It's a really good
Fahrenheit-
one.
Fahrenheit was the name of his sled when he was a boy. I read
Yeah.
Well, that's one of those books that they make you read sometimes in school. That's actually pretty goddamn good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never had to read it in school, so it's
Yeah,
new
not
for me,
everybody
but I'm
does. It's
enjoying it.
hit and miss.
Mhm.
When you grow up in Canada, we have this thing where we're made to read Canadian books, and there's only so much time in a school year. So there's lots of books that I've read that I'm like, yes, this is an important book that everyone has read. And then everyone that I talked to that didn't grow up in Canada is like, what is that? No one's heard of that. Take your Canadian literature out of here. Go away with your Douglas Copeland. So I'm the same way. I missed a bunch of stuff as a kid, so I've had to go back.
Yeah. Well, I lived in India for like 12 years, so basically between middle school and high school, like I graduated high school there. So all of our literature was like weird too. We're all about like Tagore and like Tolstoy and stuff like that, and less about American authors. So yeah.
I read a lot of Anne of Green Gables as a child. Thank goodness for that. I feel really enriched. Feel really enriched by being forced to read about Anne of Green Gables. Who he likes her? Get out of here, Anne. And then they made a new TV show about her. I'm not into it. I'm not about it. Yeah, I make a point before shows of going to people's Twitter and checking out what they're up to. So I have something to ask about. And I was looking at your Twitter today, and I was like, I don't know if I want to call you out on the fact that you seem always to be apologizing for being late to your stream, or you really don't like running. Which of those two would you like to talk about?
I really don't like running, and I'm always constantly running late to my streams. But I hate puns too.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I recently decided to start running, mostly because one of my New Year's resolutions was to take up like boxing, and I went to like my first lesson. And as somebody who lifts a lot, I was like, oh, this is gonna be easy. And it's like the first time in my life I almost legitimately threw up. Because I was like, this is really hard. And apparently squatting and deadlifting does not prepare you for the rigorous task of preparing to box. So I started running.
You said that's the first time in your life you've almost ever legitimately thrown up. You've never thrown up before in your life?
Well, I actually have a super strong stomach because believe it or not, when you move to a foreign country, you usually get really bad diarrhea for about 2 years. And then after that, you find it physically incapable to vomit ever again.
But like you've never had like the flu or anything? Like this isn't about like eating food that disagrees with you. This is about like, do you actually just like never get sick? That's crazy.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's a good superpower.
Like my throw up reflex is broken because I spent so many years with food poisoning. Now I don't think I could throw up if I needed to. It's a problem sometimes, legitimately, because I'm like, you eat something bad and you're just like, man, I wish I could just puke this up. And instead you carry it around for 4 hours praying to God that it would just come up.
Cool. I'm glad I asked about the vomit.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you did too.
Thanks, Anne. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Well, I mean, and since you're already here and we're in desperate need of a new topic, it looks like you rearranged your workspace. How's that going? I saw your piano cam.
Yeah, I did. I decided to change things up because I've had a green screen pretty much since I started streaming for like 4 years. And I don't know, I just felt like I started watching a lot of streams that they didn't have a green screen. I was like, I kind of like how that looks to like have stuff. And then also it means that I can conveniently like put things that I actually use back here, like my amp, which I used to have shoved under my desk. So yeah. Yeah. And then I have a secondary camera, which I can't show you guys, but for my stream where I can pop out piano cam for the keyboard over here. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Well, it's nice. It's nice to. I feel like that's one of those things that if you don't rearrange your shit every once in a while, it can be really draining. And then you move your stuff around, and you're like, oh, I don't hate my house or my life anymore. Like all I did was move this lamp over here. Yeah. I'm really bad about that. Once stuff is in place, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna move it, and then I just slowly grow to hate the space. So good work.
Yeah, I like moving stuff around, and like every once in a while, I get that feeling of like, I just really want to move everything around. The problem is when you spend 4 years with a green screen and then you suddenly introduce not green screen, I get people like messaging me on Discord being like, hey, just wanted to give you my personal thoughts on this. And like, here are my feelings about how you moved things around. And I'm not like, you do what you want, but I preferred it with the green screen. And I'm like, but I wanted to try not the green screen. And then they're like, but I
happen to you
like
when
the
you cut
green
your
screen.
hair?
And I'm just like, what?
Does that happen to you when you cut your hair?
Not as much. I don't really cut my hair like super drastically anyways, but yeah, so it's just like, it's like a shock to the viewers more than it is to me, because I'm just like, oh, this is a nice space for me to like sit in, and they're just like, I'm looking at something different. Everything looks different. My reality has altered forever. Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking about this a little bit before a fairly recent episode of Court of Swords, because someone in that cast made a choice about their facial hair that we had opinions about. But we were talking about how chat, the thing is, there are people watching us all the time, and that's part of the job. And it's easy to forget that even like a little change is something that people will pick up on. And then it doesn't take long to go from the like something is different to I hate it. That seems to be a narrow jump for a lot of people. So
and then from there, I hate you.
Yes.
You're changing. You're changing as a person. Why did you shave it, Max?
Yeah, inevitably, that's the response you'll get during like a resubscription message or something. It'll be like, so and so is resubscribed for 56 months. I hate your new haircut.
Yeah.
Thank you, but
this will be my last sub to you.
This is it. This is the last straw.
It's very rarely, hey, I noticed you have a copy of first edition, whatever, in the background of your shot. Cool. It's usually, hey, second edition's better.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's fine. So have you got people?
But it's always like it's
having their jimmies rustled by your new setup, or have
I think it's all rooted in like people caring about something. You know, it's like they care about the stream and they like it so much that they watch it every day. You know, and so they want for things to go well and like that kind of stuff. So yeah, it wasn't really like people being. I didn't mean that like people were being negative about it, but they're just like, this is different. You know, and like this is maybe not quite what I'm used to and that kind of thing. And I knew that was going to happen. I expected that. But it's more about like, what do I feel most comfortable with? And, you know, after 4 years of having a green screen, like I wanted to try something else. And if I hate it, I can always like figure that out. Like nothing is permanent. So but for now, I'm really liking it. So.
If people take nothing else away from this episode, I believe that Anne is correct in saying nothing is permanent. If you ever get upset about anything, folks, just remember, nothing is permanent.
That's like my entire life philosophy. Nothing's permanent. Whatever.
Yeah. I have this conversation with people about tattoos a lot where they're like, but they're forever. I'm like, you'll die.
Yeah. Technically, nothing is forever. So don't worry about
tattoo. It. Enjoy it for the rest of your life, which is going to be short.
Yeah.
Max, do you need some attention? I like your chair, Max.
I was going to say, I don't have much going on in the background, but I got this sick ass chair. Look at that.
What's that blue thing on the ground, dude? What is that?
I got to see what you're
saying.
Ball of sunscreen, dog toy. There you go.
He's gonna go.
Put in your guesses now. What's the blue thing over here?
A water bottle.
Yeah, water bottle. I think.
Is it a water bottle? Do you think it's a water
bottle?
It's
a flashlight.
Why is there a flashlight on the ground?
That's a good question, Anne. Oh, it actually works really well. Usually this thing's very finicky. Good answer though. I was using it for a thumbnail, and then I just went.
Done with this.
That's
great.
That's a whole other category of belongings that I think people in the business that we are in accumulate. Stuff you got for a video, right? Where you're like, I just have this object, and for some people it's a flashlight, and for other people it's a giant statue of a green penis demon. It could be anything. It could be any number of random objects.
Anything.
Just
they're all fair play. No, it was a game that I played that was like ones you either play as 3 members of a family in a house. It's kind of janky and indie, but it's kind of funny. And then or you're a robber. So for the thumbnail naturally it's me. You know.
Good.
YouTube life. Yay. Let's talk about something else because YouTube's depressing.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard, Max. It's like, yo, what have you been up to since yesterday? How was your evening? You have a good breakfast today?
Yeah, actually. I mean, I had depends. Now, this is getting people fired up. I like the Starbucks sandwiches. This is the remnants, the crumbs of it. I had like when they're double egg and smoked bacon. I'm hearing myself talk and I'm just like, this is boring. Why is anyone listening to this?
I'm fast. I can listen to it all day.
Everybody gets their 5 minutes, all right? And this is how you choose to use yours, and that's okay. I'm all right with that.
Yeah, I can just see people like, why is Max still on this show? It's just, I know it's the second episode, but can we just cut him out of the pre-show and then just only have him do the roleplay stuff?
Well, we all might die today, so you know.
Yeah,
might.
Whatever.
Before we get started, let's talk about this hype new character sheet. So
Yeah.
between the last episode and this episode, as I was surprised to learn during my GM prep this morning, the Stars Without Number character sheet is like very different. It went from being pretty plain and like text based to being fairly fancy. So now the maybe the most important thing, see the pencil up in the top right? See the little pencil thing? That's a pencil, right? Near the gear. That's the thing that toggles whether you're editing the character sheet or using the character sheet. It took me a hot minute to find that. So if you want to roll something, you click the little pencil, and then you can click any of your abilities or skills or whatever to roll them. And then if you need to make an edit, then you click the pencil again, and you can get in there and fuss around.
It's interesting. I didn't know that they'd changed that.
Yeah, that was like yesterday, I think. I got a notification about that on Google Plus because that's the only thing anyone uses that site for anymore is role-playing game stuff. There you go. You want to know where all the real nerds are? It's on Google Plus. But yeah, so that's how the character sheet works. I've got some NPC version stuff of this, but if you need to make edits and you can't, or if you need to make a roll and you can't, that little pencil up there is your best friend.
Damn it! Just realizing I don't know how to frame my camera. It changes.
I don't know how to roll though anymore.
Well, like, okay, what do you want to roll?
I don't know, like talk.
Okay, so click the pencil so that it's in roll mode, and then just click on the talk skill on the skill list.
Oh, it's because I've got it popped out, so it showed up over here. Okay, cool. So I just do charisma and then talk. Oh, okay, sweet.
One thing I found, which I'm not sure if it applies to everybody, I had to like do the edit and then go into the stats and just kind of like click on the up and down, like not add any bonuses for it to show my modifiers for it to actually calculate properly. I don't know if it's just like a little thing.
If the derived attributes are based on like an old attribute name and the name changed, it might need a little toggling to make it work.
Yeah.
So just check and make sure all your stuff is make sure your stuff is correct, because it's gonna matter. So the beginning of today's episode, we remember we left it on a moment of some significant tension, and when we return for the beginning of episode 2, we fade in on an exterior shot, one of those like big like 80s sci-fi looking like matte painting shots of like a city. So it's the gray and black buildings of Cornucopia, all of these hab blocks kind of sticking up out of the grayish snowy terrain. There are whorls of the fungal kind of snow, the spore snow floating around in the air. And the camera focuses on a central habitation block, and we get the subtitles, Habitation Block Clark. And we crossfade from the outside to an interior shot of a filthy hallway, like a mezzanine. We can hear the sounds of maybe someone arguing behind closed doors, some like kids laughing, kind of general sounds of this being a place where lots of people live and are crowded together. And so everybody's soundscape is sort of overlapping. And we're up on one of the high balconies, and we're following a worker. We see somebody with one of these big protective, like rubber treated sort of cloaks, like ponchos, with a hood pulled down around their shoulders. They've got short black hair, and they're carrying a big bag of tools on one arm, and in the other hand, a gas mask like hangs from their hand. And they have all of the body language of a person returning from a hard day at work. Right, we can feel the weight of their labors on their shoulders, and we see this person approach a door, one of the hab blocks doors, and it slides open at his approach. This is a person returning home, or someone who is welcome in this place. And as it does, the sound of a radio playing sort of staticky music can be heard from inside. And we follow this person into the interior, where they're met by someone that is familiar to us. The last time we saw her, she was crying and screaming for you not to murder her boyfriend. We see Serica, the dark-skinned woman, the inhabitant of this apartment, and she's wearing just like laborers' clothes, like casual clothes, and she smiles seeing this person, and we get the shot from her perspective, and we see, still covered in grime from his labors, we see the illegal synthetic known locally as Dex, who, despite his grim affect, when he sees Sarika, he smiles. And she comes over and hugs him. He kind of tries to put his arms up to protest, like, no, I'm covered in spores, like, don't touch me. She doesn't care. And he kind of grunts at her, and she says to him, long day. And he sighs, and he drops his bag, and there's this heavy, like, crash of tools as he drops it to the floor, and he shakes his head, and he says, they all are. And she helps him take his heavy coat, his protective coat, off. And she smiles and reassuringly and says to him, well, only 6 more months, right? And he nods. He looks at her, and he smiles back and says, damn right. We cut to that same face, but no longer smiling. Now, illegal synthetic, aka Dex's face, is a mask of fear, of anger. He is in the middle of throwing or attempting to throw aside Jason Argus. He's snapped his restraints. Chaos reigns as he is about to attempt to escape. So we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna start it with a bang. We're gonna roll initiative. It's the very first initiative of the game.
Cool.
Jason and Booker, you both have a focus that allows you to re-roll your initiative. Is that right? I think it's
Yes.
alert. Yeah, alert. Yeah, roll twice.
alert. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So on your character sheet, you should be able to see your initiative roll on there.
Alert. I like who it just says alert. That's it.
Yeah. Did you fill out the rest of it?
No,
I
I've been spoiled by things just being like, hey, this spell does this.
Okay. All right. So Nomi, Jason.
I only rolled my 1. Hang on. Roll a 9. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So you got a 9. For folks watching at home who are not familiar with the rules, in this, if you see low numbers, don't be surprised. They're rolling their dexterity bonus plus a D8. So the numbers will not be what you might expect from D.
Is that with your second roll, Max?
No. How do you actually drop down? How do you edit the alert thing so I can just punch in that text there?
Oh, so you don't? Yeah, don't worry about alert right now. Like, just roll your initiative for now. You should be able to find it just on the top of the character sheet there.
Totally.
And just make sure you do it. I will write down everybody else's initiative. Okay, so do it again. Okay, so you get the 5. You keep the better of the 2. You basically have an advantage.
Great initiative. It's good.
Okay, all right. So Booker got a 5. Jason got a 9. Nomi has a, what did you get? 2?
2.
Okay. And then Riley got a 1, which makes sense. You're kind of like,
I know.
off
I was
the back.
way off in the back. Yeah.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
Okay, so I will roll a D8 for Sarika.
I see. I figured it out.
Oh, she's quick. Okay. And then your illegal synthetic friend, 665A-22X, gets a 2. Okay, so that's good for you. And then generic Crux officers also get a 2. A little slow on the uptake, guys. So we're actually going to skip them this first turn because they're just like shocked at what's going on. They're not on PC level of preparedness.
The
But
officers
thankfully,
that are with us.
yeah. So Jason, it's perfect. We start with you. The synth known as Dex has snapped his restraints, his plastic restraints, and like throws an elbow to drive you back. Your hips butt up against the railing, and for a moment you are aware of the 80+ story drop behind you. What would you like to do on your turn? So yeah, on your turn in combat, you get you can move up to 10 meters, and you can make a main action. A main action is things like make a melee attack, make a ranged attack. You can make a fighting withdrawal, which is essentially like disengaging. You don't have to ready a weapon because you described before having your baton
hand on my stun baton, so I had like the before I flick it out, I guess. So just a quick question: is he like holding me back, like he's gonna push me off? Like
he hasn't decided. It'll sort of depend on what you do.
But he's like right on me.
Yeah, right now this was a like get away from me, like get up and throw everybody, like push everyone away.
Okay. Christ, what would he do? I guess he would kind of be concerned with the immediate danger of falling back down below. So he would probably try and just like move to the side, like move away towards Booker and things like that. Like this is a little bit out of his comfort zone. He's never been in, maybe fist fights, but this is a synth and he's heard all the horror stories. So I think that I would literally he kind of gets the baton ready and then tries to back off and is like, whoa, calm down, man, calm down. Like, he's just like,
okay, so you want to like withdraw with your weapon out. Okay.
Yeah.
How far back do you want to get? Because right now you're right up near him. You can move like 10 meters if you want. You can get 30 feet back to where like Nomi is. You can get in between Booker and this synth, but also Booker is like he's got his gun in his hand and he's already.
I want to stay out of Booker's firing line. Like, I guess, like, he's kind of thinking of it like a ship. Like, he doesn't want to be caught in the crossfire. So I kind of almost imagine him doing, like, a small shove just to kind of get Dex away. And then he darts to the side, just flicks the baton out, and then is just backing up. Maybe between Booker and Nomi. Like, he's just going to kind of, like, whoa, kind of, like, take up a rear guard almost.
Okay.
And leave the soldiers to do their job.
Dex throws you back against the railing, and you use the momentum of that, and you push back and kind of roll to the side and get around behind Booker, so there's no chance that you'll get tagged with the shot. Okay. So Sarika is just screaming at you and at the soldiers. She's shouting like, "Leave him alone." It doesn't look like she's gonna do anything because there's a soldier right in front of her, and she's being intimidated by that guy. But she's basically just like shouting like, "Leave him alone! Leave him alone! He hasn't done anything. What are you doing?" And then alternately yelling at him like to stay calm, like stop, Dex, don't, because she knows if he keeps acting up, bad things are gonna happen. Speaking of bad things happening to him, Booker, what would you like to do? So you see in front of you, illegal synthetic, and it has just assaulted a member of the nobility and broken free of its restraints. What do you want to do?
Okay. From what Booker knows of the capabilities of the synthetic, he's pretty confident in his shot, but if he shoots, can the synthetic move within, is that within the physical ability? Like this, are they able to be like, you know what I mean? Like, is that something
there's a lot of different kinds of synths. Now this one was
built very important questions for me to know.
This one was built for strength and endurance, not so much like combat quickness. You have a laser pistol that's going to help you make the hit. But if you don't drop it in one hit, chances are pretty good he's going to be up in your business. So you can also back up and take a shot at him.
So my understanding is this has just happened like just now. He broke free of his restraints. He's probably a little focused on Jason. He's like, is he looking at me or is he just like to Jason like that? What's the?
Right now he's aware that you're there, but you were behind him, so he's just turning around to see the full extent of. But I think a lot of his attention is on Sarika, and like making sure the soldiers don't do anything to her, but also he's trying to throw you off. He's a man divided just now. What do you want to do?
Fuck.
You got a gun in your hand.
I do have a gun in my hand.
Feel that hot,
Well, I've
that hot,
confirmed
hot
this
barrel.
If you miss, there's two people on the other side of him.
Yeah.
You always have to think about who's on the other side of your shot if you miss.
Yeah, the soldier and Serica are right on the other side, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Now, I mean,
Is he on his feet, or is he angle?
Yeah. He's like rising from his. He's rising from his knees. Yeah.
Okay, so if he's still slightly crouched down, I'm like on the ground. I'm shooting downward, and it would not be as much.
Yeah, I think the chances of you hitting anybody else is pretty low. Like you'd have to really like flub the roll.
Okay, I'm shooting him in the head.
So you're gonna take a shot at him. Okay. All right. So you're gonna make a ranged attack. There's nobody interfering with the shot, so you just bring the pistol up, aim down the sights, squeeze the trigger, and you can go ahead and make the roll there. You should have on your character sheet a place to fire that weapon. Yeah.
So I just roll shoot with no modifier.
No, you should have it actually. Let me take a look. You might have it under your. You can actually roll the weapon. You could if you had the weapon written down on your. So for now, in the interim, do you have a shoot bonus?
No, it's
just plus 0. Okay, and you don't have a dexterity bonus. A laser pistol. I think gives you an automatic +1. I think they're easy to hit with. So let's take a quick look at that laser pistol. At least they used to be. Okay, there's no particulate matter. Probably won't work as well outside. Yeah, you get a +1 to hit with this weapon.
Can I ask a lore-related question?
Yeah.
So, synthetics are supposed to be like more like robust than normal people, right?
Some of them. Yep. Depends on what we made them for.
So I don't know if I'm allowed to ask this. Like, how effective would you say a laser pistol is compared to like a normal person versus the synthetic?
Superheated coherent light, when applied to someone's body, tends to kill them. It tends to be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Last time too.
It'll depend on whether Booker hits anything important or not.
Oh, that's what I was meaning. So we know it'll go through, but how much of that is critical to their functioning? Like what exactly? That's what I'm saying.
That's why I'm aiming for that. That's why I'm aiming for the head. The last session I asked these exact same things because I was like,
I remember we were talking about like piercing, but I'm like, if it goes through a human's brain, you're right. I'm sorry.
It depends. It really depends on the model. Some were designed to have lots of redundant systems. Others, like if you shoot a pleasure synth, it'll just disintegrate. So depending on the synth. Take a shot, buddy. So you have a +1 from being a warrior. You have a +1 from the energy weapon. You're gonna roll a d20 and add 2, and you're gonna hope that he is not well armored.
Okay.
For now, just in chat, just /R in the Roll20 chat /R space d20 +2. Yep. You miss.
That shit.
Miss. So you draw the weapon. You maybe, I don't know, you tell me, like why do you miss this shot? He's not far from you. What is it that makes it? Is it just he's too fast?
It's a shitty laser pistol, Adam. That's why.
Okay. So your pistol jams.
You're gonna blame the pistol.
No, I don't want to say the pistol jams. That means the next shot is bad.
True. That's true. Yeah. So Markov and ammo. You go to fire and he's already started to juke out of the way, and you blast the floor. There's a burst of concrete dust. Do you want to move? You can still make a move action if you want to move away.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna move away.
You're a warrior though, aren't you?
It's
Can't
true.
you re-roll it?
Yeah, he only gets 1.
You only get 1. I mean, but it's kind of a critical one.
Yeah, no, I will re-roll it. I didn't see that.
This is the gamble on that ability. This is a great point. Thank you for bringing that up. So you have two choices, right?
You can roll gaming. I'm so sorry.
No.
We're all learning.
I prefer to remember that.
So
I'm still getting used to the character sheet on Stars Without Number because it's laid out a little different.
Yeah,
and
I'm just scared because Jason's standing right next to him and he only has 1 HP.
You got 2 choices, right? You can re-roll your own failure, or you can re-roll a successful hit against you, I think. So if you want to re-roll, make another shot, you can. But hold on, you're not a full warrior, you're just a partial warrior, right?
Yeah.
You're a warrior expert. Okay, so no, you don't. You don't get that.
All right.
You have the other bonuses down. So you miss. You pull the pistol. You already had it readied up. You fired just a little too early. Hit the dust in front of him. The Crux officers hear the weapon fire and they like turn like, oh shit, it's real now. And they start getting their weapons ready, but they're not ready to do anything. And the guy nearest the synth is gonna potentially take a hit. So 665A-22X takes a swing at this dude.
Great.
Let's see how he does. Okay. So he takes a swing at him with a punch, and he hits him, but he doesn't get through his armor. And we just hear, like, you can feel it, Booker, because you're standing real close. You can hear the like thud of the synth's punch, and the soldier takes a staggering step back. But it looks like the armor absorbed the hit. And then I think Dex is going to run for it. I think he's gonna make a dash. So if he moves without trying to disengage first, I think that the best this guy can do is like try to bash him with a rifle. Let me take a look. So in desperation, he takes a lunge at him, punches the dude, staggers him slightly, and then runs for it. And without a withdrawal action, he gets a free melee attack, but he doesn't have a melee weapon ready. Yeah, there's no way the soldier can do anything. So
Take him by surprise.
He actually runs towards you, Booker, but away from Sarika. So he's gonna go like past you this way. So he's like running that direction. Let me move this arrow. We know we're down.
Booker extends his leg to trip him.
So you go to fire at him, and then he hits the soldier and then runs, and he like runs past you. And you can see him. He's running for a stairwell, Riley, that's past where you are. Nomi, what would you like to do?
So oh gosh, I don't know. He's like right next to me right now, right? Yikes. Oh god.
We do have 4 other soldiers that should be posted up down below.
They are.
Yeah.
Riley's got this. I can see it. Riley's gonna save the day.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do in a situation like this when, like, I do have a laser pistol as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you did describe having it in your hands already.
Yeah. So how far am I from? Let's see. How do I figure out how to measure things again in this game? 18 meters from Sarka.
20 meters from her.
Can I move? How far can I move? 10 meters?
You move 10. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna stay where I am, but I want to try and negotiate with him while he's running. I want to try and yell after him, like, while he's trying to run away, and see if I can convince him to not run.
Okay.
We're your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you saying?
How far do I need to go to, let's see, that's 8 meters. If I go here, I'm trying to figure out, because there's a soldier right in my way too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can run through both of them, but you can't like stop in the same spot.
Occupy like the same spot, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Can I move my, I don't know, is this a token that I can move, or is it just my name? I can't move.
No, you just tell me where you want to be. Yeah, we'll eventually
I want to move closer to her. I want to move wherever is closest to her, and I want to point my weapon at her and then talk to him as my action.
Okay. You would like to take her hostage.
House Serpens diplomacy coming out right now.
Hostage, if you're the police, it means she's being detained, Adam.
Okay, hold on. It's not a hostage if you're the police.
Yeah.
She technically has not done anything wrong. She has not broken the law in any way. But I like it. I like your approach. I like that the law is something you can just Make up.
So
Yeah.
Know me as a
true.
badass. I love it.
What is her exact plan here right now?
okay,
So
move
how
closer
are
to
you
Sarka.
Are you
Oh,
like
I
stop
see.
running, or I shoot your girlfriend, or are you like it would be a good idea if you stopped running right now?
Yeah, I like. So if I were to say this in character, so as I move closer and I point my weapon, and as he's like running away from me, I want to say, "You would leave her behind," so that he like turns around and sees me pointing my weapon.
Okay. All right. I'll let you make the roll.
right.
You can make a talk roll. I'm gonna
Alright.
make it difficulty. It's incredibly difficult because he's
Ah,
running
shit.
away to protect her. Let's call it. I'm gonna call it 13. There's a chance. You could do it.
Okay,
And
charisma.
is literally Vader going, sister.
I'm gonna cry. 5. That's awful. Wait, is that?
So it's
How is that
her.
even-
Let's see. You rolled a 4. Your charisma modifier. You need to nudge it. You rolled a 4 and a 1, but it didn't add your charisma modifier. So you got
all
a
my
9.
modifiers say 0 right now. Did they get reset?
They might have.
Yeah,
You
they're
do
all
edit
0.
up. Yeah,
That's
if you
what.
do
Yeah,
edit
that's what Mark was talking about.
and then just wiggle the little up and down number on the edit, it should reset. I had to do that as well, and you basically
What do you mean
like,
wiggle the?
So like when you click on the edit on the bonus, there's like an up and down arrow for like the bonus.
Yeah, but I don't remember what they were.
You just increase the bonus by 1, then take it down to 0, and then the modifier should reset. I was playing around with it earlier.
Oh, I see. That's what you mean by wiggle.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
modify
sorry.
your base, and it'll handle it on its own.
Okay, yeah, because it reset them all to 0. All right, close your
Sorry. Just wiggle.
close your eyes, chat. 8. Okay, well, it's not that much better.
All right. So
Yikes.
yeah. So it's not him. Like he looks over his shoulder, like, oh, maybe I should stop. It's her, and she's like, run. And when she says that, he's like,
He just doesn't care.
I'm out. So he's gonna run for it. Okay, so you did a thing.
Surprises me.
Riley, you want to try and Peter Parker this guy or what?
Okay, so
He's
where
gonna kill
exactly
your Uncle
is the,
Ben?
I know. Where exactly is the staircase?
It's like with a quick look, it's the end of this like block. So it's maybe like 30 meters away, give or take.
So it's behind me.
He's got a ways to go. Yeah, it's kind of back the way you came. It's this direction.
Okay. All right. I am not the strongest character, nor do I have a weapon because my job is to engineer and fix things. So I'm going to attempt to I have like my observation drone still, but
I think you left it outside.
did I? I may have.
It saw him
You were
come
watching,
in.
Okay, that's true. Create a laser grid that blocks the way to the stairs, electrocuting anyone who passes through. No, just kidding.
It's not Fortnite. Like I build the stairs out of wood, and then he flies off of it.
Do you have like an EMP nade?
Use an impulse grenade, Adam.
Listen, she got the same amount of money as everybody else. She doesn't have that much fancy stuff.
I know I don't.
Basically,
I don't have
your
that much
options
fancy
here. So
stuff.
you don't have a weapon drawn, so you could draw one if you have one. You could wait. You could hold your action. You could tell me like I'm gonna wait and go another time, but you're at the end of the order already. You're just real slow.
Yeah.
Or you could try to football tackle him as he runs by.
That's what I was thinking. Or if I had my drone, I was gonna try to use it to trip him up.
I think the only
but-
drone you have is your body. So
Yeah. So you know what? Let's go for it.
okay.
I'm gonna
So
go
this
ahead
will-
and try to. I'm gonna try to go ahead and like do like a football tackle, but I'm gonna try to make sure that I go arms first because I have like
Hit him with your robot parts.
prosthetic arms. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him with my metal parts, not with my soft bits, because
Okay.
my soft
just
bits
like
don't-
just
yeah.
charge at him, get in front of him, and try to like tackle him to the ground.
yeah, or at least slow him down so one of my more capable teammates can do something.
Yeah, totally.
I will attempt.
Okay.
Okay.
So so you're gonna run up and try to grab him. I think same as we did before. It'll be like an opposed punch skill check.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and roll your punch.
Oh, that's not good.
I will do the same for him, and then we'll see who does better.
Oh, I'm not that strong.
Okay, he is, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know.
So let's see. He's got D6 plus, what did you do? 3 for last time? Okay.
Here it comes.
Yeah. So he got a 12.
Yeah.
And I think he just plows into you. You don't get like knocked off your feet, but you bounce off of him. So you kind of hit him at an angle as he runs forward, and he just like locomotive just bang shoulders you, and you bounce off to the side as he continues running forward.
Slow him down at all, or
no, just deflected off of this dude's shoulder. Yeah, he's got his like shoulders down. Yeah.
You could play sideball.
Jason, it is your turn. What are you gonna do?
So recovering from the initial shock of like this guy snapping his bonds and kind of being confronted and seeing sort of Riley just bounce off of him, I think he's gonna kind of be like, okay, I have to do something. So he'd probably, seeing that like Dex is just running, he'd probably try and run up behind him with the stun baton and just get him in the back of the leg, try and bring him down like a real sort of wham. And just try and hit the stun.
I believe that the tactic that he is using here is resisting arrest, and the appropriate response is a stun baton to the back of the dome. So yeah.
So do I just click the weapon if I've got it all built into?
Yeah, if you've got it in there, you can just go ahead and you should be able to just go ahead and click the weapon.
So +0 bonus, but because I'm strong, hopefully this will do some damage. So
okay, so you take that swing at him. And it would absolutely be a good solid hit on anybody else. The baton comes down right on his neck. And there's a like a flash of the stun aspect of the baton, like flickering. But he doesn't even stop. It just like it's a no-go. Just taps him. And then he doesn't seem to stop or anything. Yeah.
Oh god. So god, his AC must be super high as well. Damn.
Yeah, he's real tough.
Fuck.
So he takes the hit.
Okay. I guess I just move up.
You moved and you did your attack.
Can I like just like be kind of just yelling as well, like kind of like trying to draw his attention a little bit away, because like you know Riley just bounced off of him, and like I know Booker's gonna swing around for a shot, so I'm just trying to keep him engaged.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Cool. Okay. So Sarek is like physically in the midst of like an altercation with the soldier. Like she's grabbing his gun and like pulling on it so he can't wheel it around. So she's just like all up in the soldier's business and yelling at her friend. Booker, your friends are tangling with this robot man. What are you gonna do?
If I run up behind him, within the mechanics of the game right now, would that increase would I have any bonus if I can get there in time? Like, because he presumably hasn't lost any stride, you're telling me, with all of the stuff that just happened. So he's still in motion. So there's no way that I could catch up to him, presumably, because he's a synth and probably has better speed and movement than I do.
Yeah, he might be faster than you. Yeah. So shooting at him, while he's like tangled up with your friends isn't going to be any harder or easier. If one of them tried to interfere with him to like give you a bonus, they could. But right now, it's just the same as shooting anything.
So he's not tangled with anybody.
Not really. No. They've both just kind of like deflected off of his hide. He's a tough guy.
See, now the problem is
it's metal endoskeleton.
If I get him and it goes through his like head or anything, like Riley is right there behind him. If I'm looking at this right,
don't worry about blow through. Like if you hit him, you hit him. Just the only thing that would be here would be if you get a 1. Like if you critically fumble, there's maybe a chance that you cause some catastrophe.
Somebody or hit somebody.
Yeah.
All right. Well then, Booker's gonna wheel around, like take aim, and while he has this momentary advantage, otherwise everything's just gonna keep devolving, and take another shot.
Okay. All right, so d20 plus 2.
Come on, Booker.
There
That's
you
pretty
go.
good.
That you got him. The 15's a hit.
Is it a fatal?
We'll see. We'll see. So damage on a laser pistol, I think, is a D8 plus 1.
Okay.
Let me take a quick look for you. It is laser pistol, just a D6. Yeah.
Well, it's +1, right? Because my attack bonus.
Yeah. I think do you have a dexterity bonus, or does your attack bonus apply to damage as well?
No, I don't have a dexterity bonus. This is just flat plus just fat 1d6.
Fat D6.
Fat d6. All right, 1d6.
Hitting an enemy. Damage die plus the relevant attribute modifier. So if you do have a dexterity modifier, it'll give you a.
Nah, I don't. All right.
Okay. So you roll a d6.
2.
2 damage. Okay. So I mean, you scoff at 2 damage, but how many hit points do you have?
That's true. That's true.
Okay, so the shot's clean, right? You hit him in center mass. You fire. Jason and Riley both. You smell the like instant heat of you can smell his burnt flesh, essentially, that like sudden barbecue smell. And yeah, there's a hole like on one side of his chest. It's like a glowing hole. And that's that. Like he doesn't. It hurts him, but he doesn't seem to like flinch or like get phased.
Fucking synth.
Is there okay?
Yeah.
You got me thinking now about the modifiers and stuff. Did stuff reset? Do I have to like mess with anything? Because I have 0 bonuses on any attributes.
I don't know if you ever did.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you
I
must
just
have
didn't
at
know
least
it qualified.
Modifiers?
You should have at least 114, right?
He does.
I do have a 14 on intelligence. There's no bonus there. There. Okay.
There you go. Yeah. No, you don't have
Well,
a
the
14
modifier.
dex, so your combat is the same.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing.
Sure.
Nothing.
And charisma
I-
then
I-
it should be one
I've
plus
built
1
it.
modifier for charisma then too, right?
Yeah, it is. I fixed it.
Cool.
I did the character sheet wiggle for you. You're ready. So yeah, no additional. You have a +1 because it's an energy weapon. You have an innate +1 for being a partial warrior, and that's to hit, and you do a d6 damage. And you just did him 2 damage, which would have killed many of the people in this area.
Kill me.
He does not. He doesn't. If you line them up, you could kill 2 of them. But yeah, it hurts, but he doesn't show any sign of slowing.
All right.
The officers, the one near you, Nomi, finally gets his like gun sorted out. He dashes up next to Booker and he fires it at the synth. He fires a burst of 3 shots, but he misses. Look how much damage a laser rifle does. Jesus.
Oh
he's,
my
soldier,
god.
man.
These guys,
That would have
they
just
kill me.
got big
him.
guns. So yeah, it's 3, like I guess it's a burst. It's really more like a sustained shot, like a drag shot, and it cuts like a white hot line across the floor and near Dex's legs, but doesn't get him. And then the other soldier, I need to make a roll for him because Serica's like causing him some problems. And I think he's probably going to respond. But let's see. I'm gonna make a save. Oh, he failed. Okay. All right.
Man, our rolls today.
He also shoots his gun. I think he's engaged. Yeah, he's engaged in melee. So his rifle is like bound up. So he takes a step back. And he brings his rifle up and he shoots Serica with it.
He's shooting Serica?
Uh-huh. She dies. She is killed.
What? He just killed her?
Yeah.
What?
So he's like pulling his gun.
God.
He's like let go, and he like shoves her back, and the gun turns, and he just like shoots her in the chest, and then she falls over backwards. She's not like a corpse yet, but she has entered the I am dying phase of the game, and she's lying on her back, smoking. So that escalates things somewhat. Dex sees this happen. He sees this happen, and he is not happy about it.
Oh, no.
He screams in rage, and he's going to take a swing at Jason.
I knew that the synth
a
was
bad
going to rage
idea.
kill all of us.
He misses. You block the swing. You manage to get the baton in the way, and like a meteor, the punch comes down, but you block it narrowly. Nomi, what do you want to do?
Oh my god! I'm gonna punch that soldier in the face.
He didn't mean to, and he's like looking at the gun. He's like, I didn't.
Yeah.
Like, he's
So,
having a hard time.
from
Victor
the-
is very, very upset. Very angry.
From the
Oh.
wounds that she has, can we tell if she was also a synth?
You cannot at a glance. You can't back justify this murder.
Wait, what? I can smell the other dude burning, but I can't tell if the person who just died is a robot or not, based on the
You have
3
to-
bullet
you have
wounds
to,
that she
like-
has.
Oh no, you have to like vivisect them. Like they're human in every conceivable way at a glance until you can it's very hard to pick them out. That's sort of the point.
But I mean,
made
you
out of
just
flesh.
said that they could smell the burnt, like the robotics or whatever of the other dude.
No,
burning,
you
right?
could smell
Couldn't you?
burning flesh,
Just
like
burning
human
flesh, yeah.
Okay.
Smell
I think
flesh.
he was just. I think he was describing the laser pistol like heat just melting
Okay.
flesh and shit.
Yeah. No, when he got burned, he smelled like meat.
Okay.
Tasty
I
meat.
guess. I mean, I don't know. I tried talking and that was stupid in the end. So I guess I'll also try shooting him.
Yeah, you can do that for sure.
Sure.
All three of us
Um,
standing around
I
him
would say
are
the
not
other-
able
the
to.
other-
Gotta hit him eventually. Jesus.
The
All right,
other
so
the
there's-
other thing is that like any like if you don't have to try to pile on to be able to.
Okay. I mean, so do I click the laser pistol or do I click the shoot skill?
You're gonna click laser pistol.
Clutch.
Modifier, do I do anything to that?
No.
Wow.
This is why I didn't try and shoot before, guys. Remember how I
So
was
that-
trying to use the girl as a bargaining
that's-
chip and then this soldier just shot her?
That's
was a good plan.
that's Nomi rolling. That's Nomi rolling a 1. So can you roll a d6 for me?
No. No.
3, 4, 5, 6.
How is it possible to get a negative if you're rolling a thing?
You rolled a d20. You got a 1, and you are not good at this.
What? But even if how is it possible to get negative?
You're a
modifier.
minus. You have a minus on shoot.
But it's a
Um,
-1, so if I roll a 1, then I get 0. That's how math
Let me
works,
look.
right?
Let me look at
It
your
says
laser-
minus
Well,
2 on skill.
let me look at your
Yeah.
laser pistol.
Mine says
I
-1.
mean, you still rolled like the worst possible roll you could get. It's still a critical fumble. But,
Do you get like? Do you just get like a -1 for firing weapons if you don't have skill in them or something, or like?
Yes, you do.
It's
You
like
have a
minus-
default. You have
minus
default
one.
-1.
That might be it then.
And I think that's why it was like that. But anyway, you missed it. You get to minus. Oh, it's a -2 if you don't have the skill with weapon. Yeah.
The skill with
so
weapon? What does that mean?
You don't have shoot, so it's actually a -2.
Yeah.
That's why.
But it says
it's
-1.
exceptionally- Well, you have shoot at -1.
It literally
but with-
says -1.
But with weapons, it's worse not having the skill. But ultimately, the math doesn't matter because you got a 1 anyway. So that's like the worst possible roll. We can talk after the fight more about the math if you want. But you have a -2 with the laser pistol.
Okay, what do you need me to roll?
Just roll a d6.
D6. 4.
Okay. All right.
Is that actually
so the
a
gun
negative
doesn't.
4,
It
or
doesn't.
is that a regular
The
4?
gun. No, the gun doesn't jam. You don't like hit anybody else. It's not as bad as it could be.
Okay, great.
Do you wanna move? Do anything else?
No.
All right. Cool. So Riley, what are you gonna do?
Okay. So I think this is beyond my skill to deal with, but based off of the damage that one of those laser rifles shot off, I would like to maybe, since my drone is downstairs, I've thought about this. Can I use my drone to signal 2 of the guards from downstairs to maybe start coming up the stairs to intercept this guy and help us? Where did we leave our guards exactly?
They're down in the lobby.
They were down in the lobby.
Oh, aren't we like on the 30th floor or something?
You're on like the 80th floor, yeah.
Oh my god,
Presumably,
it
I
would
mean,
take them 800 years to get up here. Never.
Yeah, I mean they can be running. Yeah, you can definitely like get them like, come on, we gotta go.
To cut them off.
yeah, they were there to
Might be
be
worth
like
it.
backup if things went south, or to intercept if somehow he got past.
Can I just like establish contact with them and try to get two of them to start coming up the stairs and then get out of this thing's way, because I'm gonna leave it in more capable hands. Is that
Yeah. You can use your action to like back off without letting him attack you, and then you can move. And while you're doing that, you can be shouting.
Yeah, ask for backup and have him come up the stairs to head off his escape. That way, when we're chasing him, maybe we can corner him. If we chase them down the stairs and they're coming up the stairs, then we can like get.
Quick question though: is there? I mean, how many other points of escape
So
are there? Like there's the stairs there that apparently I didn't know about.
Yeah, there's stairwells that interconnect the various levels, and then there's the elevators. There's 4 elevators around the outside edge, but he doesn't look like he's going for the elevators. Okay, so Riley, you move away from him. Are you moving like away from the edge, or?
I'm just gonna try to maybe stand next to Jason, or kind of like
back there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Out of the way.
Okay.
And can I warn the people downstairs to either like block off the
main entrance?
Yeah, to the stairwell.
Yeah.
And hope he doesn't try to lose us by getting off on like level 30 or something like that.
He looks pretty like engaged now. Like he doesn't look like he wants to run, but in case he does, because he's mad.
In that case, okay, if that's the case, then I'm definitely calling for backup and just have them take the elevator to get here ASAP.
Yeah, right. Get up here.
If he's not running, that changes everything. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and establish contact with our 4 guards downstairs and have them take the elevator up ASAP. Let them know that the situation is not looking great for us.
Jason, you want to take another swing on this guy?
Yeah, I had one quick rules question just before. I don't want to be a pain in the ass, but it says.
I mean, this is the first time we're using a lot of these.
Yeah, so. It says 3 shock damage versus AC under 15. So does it? If it's 15, then it does, because I thought I do damage even on a miss because I'm a strong boy. But is that it has to be under? So it'd be 14 or lower AC.
No, I accounted for the shock damage. Yeah.
I see. Okay, so he took it, but it just didn't affect him. It was just like, it
didn't affect him very much. Yeah,
that's okay. I just wanted to make sure I understood that, because I was like, maybe I've misunderstood how that system works.
Yeah, his AC is 15.
Okay, I'm trying to think of like he's taken a shot. The baton didn't seem to do anything, and I'm just trying to process what the character would be thinking and not be Dungeon Master Mark for a second. I think like Jason would be thinking like, fuck, this guy is like, I can't hurt him with the weapons I have. And considering where he's positioned, I kind of feel like his natural thing would be to try and shove him over the railing and like literally plummet him like 80 floors down. Like he'd try and like, try and give him a shove and get him up, like kind of almost like kind of grab him by the torso, kind of, throat and charge him off the side. Yeah, I think that's what he would try and do.
Okay. Yeah. Make a punch roll with the skill. It's not an attack.
Yeah,
I'll oppose you. You can roll it with like an extra +1, because he's all distracted and like there's a lot going on, and he doesn't expect to be thrown off about it.
It didn't let me do a modifier, I think.
It'll prompt you after you. And if it doesn't, then
am I still on? No. Sorry, I'm clicking it, but I've put strength and it's not letting me click it. I'm clicking it, but it's not rolling.
You can just do it manually. You can do like /.
Let me just get the thing up there. So was it roll? Right. Oh, there. Hang on, it's coming up on the other window. I'm being dumb.
There you go. Number beats. All right. So you're grappling with him. Is this like you try to like just shove him, or is this like a grab and try to flip him over the edge?
Kind of like the thing where you kind of hit their torso and you kind of he's charging him and trying to shove him back.
Okay. All right. So the two of you are like locked in WrestleMania now. Booker, you see Jason tangling with this synth. We'll skip over the now dying Sarika. Booker, what are you gonna do?
Okay, so they're tangling, or it was like
Yeah.
point of impact. These are all.
They're wrestling. You can run over and help if you want. If you want to get up in there.
I mean, I would just shoot him again. I've already done damage if I have a clean shot. That's me. That's what I'm asking.
I wouldn't say it's a clean shot, but like you have the shoot skill. There's a chance.
There's also a chance that I hit him.
Yeah,
these are the reasons I'm asking these questions, Adam. I need clear answers.
It's a combat situation. Clear answers are hard to come by.
Awkward.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Yeah, Jason could have. It's not the most helpful thing he could have done. Getting all huggy with the robot man.
Yeah, he's a dumb idiot.
What kind of success is he having? Like, does Jason have any sort of control over him right now?
Jason's very strong, but yeah, so is this guy. So they're about break even on this.
Yeah, my strength is 8, which means shooting probably makes more sense given to what I'm good at. All right. Fuck, man! I don't like it. It's not how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, I think it's just this is one of those like you can't you want to take the shot, but there's such a high chance of you hitting Jason that you're just like, oh God.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it because it doesn't make sense to get in there with strength. I don't think I'd be able to help him that much.
All right, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna shoot.
Take that roll. Do it.
Jason, I'm sorry if I hit you. I don't want to hit you.
I knew the risks, man. Like this is how it goes, and it's fun.
Shit. Okay, this is a regular miss. You don't hit Jason, but you fire. You hit the banister next to him, and blast of dust. You can hear. I think like you can hear people starting to like come out of their houses and like look. Like a lot of people are peering outside, watching this happen in fear, and the situation is starting to like escalate a little bit. The soldiers, the one that shot Sarika, drops his rifle, yanks his helmet off, and runs over to her. And he's like fumbling with something in his pack. He pulls out a med kit and tries to like make it so she doesn't die. So he gets to make a heal check. The difficulty is 10. Oh, he's got a Lazarus patch, so it's difficulty 6. Let's see if generic Crux officer can fix his boo-boo. All right, so medicine type of a skill. Is he proficient? Yeah, it's first aid. Difficulty 6 to stabilizer. Okay, he does. She's for all intents and purposes, she's out, and Dex still thinks she's dead, but the soldier's just like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, and like is on his knees applying this las patch to her. He's dropped his weapon. Like, Nomi, you see this. He doesn't have his gun or his helmet on anymore. Complete lack of discipline on this guy's part. The other soldier rushes over to help Jason. So he's gonna make a roll to punch. He's not actually doing anything. He's not actually doing anything on his own, but he's gonna help. If I can get a 7 or better, he gives a +1 to you if you want to try to throw him again. There you go. Okay. So he comes running over and tries to grab the guy, and now Jason and the soldier are both wrestling with this synth. And it is the synth's turn. So he takes a swing at Jason.
Oh shit.
Here we go.
And he misses. So I think he goes to take a swing at you, and the soldier grabs his arm, and so you just take the blow in the shoulder, and it hurts, but not nearly as there's no broken bones. He doesn't bust your collarbone or anything. Nomi, this whole situation is a shit show. What are you gonna do?
I think you might be muted.
I think you're muted, Dan. Yeah.
It's fine. You can. My dog is like making weird noises. I
It's your dog
don't know what to do because I can't talk out of this, and I suck at everything else. So,
I mean, you suck at the one thing, which is to say shooting the gun.
Yeah.
So do I.
I mean, that's like I don't know. That's the only thing to do in this situation that I can think of because I was gonna try and negotiate with Sarika, but she's like dying now. Or I mean, she's stable, but she's still
stable. But yeah. Well, like I said, there's like a crowd potentially forming. You can see people like opening their doors, starting to look out. You could maybe tend to them, or you can hold your action to wait and see if something happens. Whatever you want to do.
I mean, how far away are the other? We had other people, like other officers, right? Like soldiers.
Yeah, they're probably in the elevator now.
In the elevator? You said there's a staircase too?
Yeah, well, because Riley was like, get up here right now. Get in the elevator and hurry.
Oh, okay. So they're already on their way.
They're on their way.
I don't know. I mean, there's nothing for me to do. Like,
that's fair. Yeah, there may just not be anything they need to do. Yeah.
Maybe I'll go over. Can I move over toward where the soldier is with Sarka? Is she like what's her? You said she's stable, but like, what is that? Is she like in a coma? Like,
she's unconscious.
Happening?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
She's at 0 hit points. She'll take some time. Critically injured target's been stabilized. In 10 minutes, she'll get a hit point back. The only hit point she has. And then she's gonna need like hospital time thereafter.
Okay.
Any more damage will kill her instantly.
So I'm gonna go. I want to move over toward Sarka and then tell that soldier to get his shit together and go help them.
Okay, sure.
Because,
no. All right. Yeah. So you walk over and he's just like looking at her like I didn't. And he looks at you and he's like, I didn't mean to. It went off. I don't.
Yeah. And I put my hand up for him to stop talking, and I just say, "You have done enough here. Go help them with the synth."
Yeah, and he looks over and he sees the ruckus and he like nods and he starts to get up. So on his turn, he'll do that. Riley, what would you like to do? Jason and this unnamed soldier are like they're Royal Rumble with this guy. What do you want to do?
Kirk and this guy.
So you said like a crowd is forming, like people are coming out of their apartments?
They're not yet, but they will.
Okay.
Okay. So there's a lot of people like looking like,
okay.
What's happening? It'll kind of depend on how it goes.
Well, because of my prior military experience, I'm actually pretty good at leading and administering people. So I'm just going to walk up the hallway once again, away from the combat, because that's, I'm no good there. I'm just going to like very calmly tell everyone, ladies and gentlemen, nothing to see here. Just your friendly local law enforcement officials putting down a potentially dangerous Sith for your own safety. If you could all please remain within your domiciles, please close your doors, hide your children, and don't forget to use your presence of mind, and curiosity killed the cat. So just if you could please remain inside your homes to avoid death by potential stray laser shot or anything like that. That would be for the best.
Nothing to see here. We just killed your neighbor. It'll be fine. Okay. Yeah.
I did mention he was a synth.
Yeah, I mean the other neighbor, the one that's lying on the ground with a smoking hole in her.
We're not going to talk about that.
I mean, nobody's talking back, but let's see if you can nothing to see here. These people.
She's not dead. She didn't kill anything.
She looks pretty dead, but yes.
But she's not.
She fainted. It's a lot of excitement. All right.
Okay, I think you can make a lead roll. Which is like you're leading all of them to behave. So yeah. Make a lead roll just to get them to go back in their house and to ignore this thing that could theoretically be dangerous for them anyway. Just a 7 difficulty.
Okay, and I think my modifier is 0. So, oh no!
Oh boy! Oh dear!
Why did I roll so bad?
Now you're an expert, right? So you can reroll one failed skill roll per thing. We've only got like 27 minutes before that ability recharges. If you'd like to use it.
I'm gonna just go ahead and use it. I am an expert.
Yeah,
Let's do this. Okay.
Go ahead and roll that again.
All right. Let's go and do this again. Where was it? There we go. Is that better?
No.
It is better. Are you hold on though, because I think I might be giving you false hope. I thought you were a full expert. Are you an expert warrior?
No, I'm partial. Did partial not get that?
You're only partial.
Then,
no,
okay.
you
then
don't.
I failed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the extra
never
skill
mind
points.
then. Yeah, no, I'm partial.
Right. I forgot that you were a partial. Okay, so never mind then. There is a future where if you were better at this, you'd be better at this, but we don't. That's not where we live.
Alternate timeline.
Yeah. Someone throws a bottle at you. Somebody else yells like, "Get out of the hab, narcs!" And then people start shouting and like,
Oh no, I've
it
incited a riot.
it starts to escalate a little bit. Yeah, you hear broken glass, and we can see that there are people crowded around the mezzanine on the other sides, looking across the courtyard at you. And they start to like yell, and it starts getting loud in here. We have a situation. Jason, what would you like?
Sorry,
Okay.
guys. I was well intentioned.
So I think with Booker taking a shot, Jason's like, shit, yeah, I'm getting in the way. Like I tried to push him over. He's stronger than I think. But could me and this other soldier grab him and hold him so that Booker's got an easier shot?
Yeah.
Like,
if you make a punch roll, if you can get 7 or better, we'll put your roll and the soldier's roll as a +1 to Booker if Booker wants to take a shot. Basically just holding him.
I don't have a modifier, but if I succeed, then Booker will get a bonus +2, right? Because he'll have the
Booker will have a
+2.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
Now I get a fucking roll.
Now you get the 12. Yeah, this is the one you needed to throw him over the edge in the beginning. Okay. All right.
So I'm like,
you and the soldier are grabbing him, kind of trying to turn him so Booker can get the shot.
I'm shouting at the soldier, like, pull him, get him so Booker can get the shot. And I'm like grabbing his arm and I'm saying, get his other arm. Like,
kind of like maneuver around a little bit.
Yeah,
All right. Booker,
just look over at Booker. Yeah, I'm just like yelling, like, take the shot.
What's the +3 now?
It's more than that. So you have 1 for a warrior, 1 for the energy weapon. And you have shoot at +1 or 0?
0.
At 0. Okay, so you got +4.
Everything starts at -1, so yeah, it just turns into 0 when you get that modifier.
+4.
So what is the
D20 +4? You want a 15 or better?
Good. That's how that works. Fantastic.
So I think what's happening here is that the Dex like pulls the officer in the way at the last second, and you have to like pull the shot, and you like it would have been a clean shot, but this ruckus is not doing it. And thankfully you don't shoot the other officer. So this guy, this dude, the Crux officer, he's gonna keep trying to wrestle this dude. So let's see. Yes. Okay. So he'll give his +1. It was a 4. The soldier that Nomi you were yelling at, he does indeed go and pick up his weapon. And he jogs over here, and he'll take a shot on the next turn. We're still going. And then Dex is going to attack. No, he's gonna try to do the same. He's gonna try to throw this soldier off of him and to the balcony. So let's see. Let's get this. Okay, no. So he's still all tied up. Nomi, what are you gonna do?
Are there still people yelling and everything that are like watching what's going on?
Yeah, it's getting worse. Riley has added fuel to the fires of dissent.
Great. God, I don't know. I guess I can try and talk to him again.
Yeah, totally. You can try to get him to surrender.
I can try again. Okay,
What do you say?
What are you doing? What's his name? It's Dex something.
Well, yeah, his name is illegal synthetic 665A-22X, but she's been calling him Dex. You know that his name, the fake human name that he was using, was Dexter Chow.
Dexter Chow, right? Okay. So I guess like I'm kneeling next to Sarka because I was like kind of checking on her, making sure that she's still like stable-ish. And I guess I like stand up and I hold my hands up, and I kind of like yell out to Dex and say, it isn't too late, Dex. We can still make this work. You can come in quietly, and we can make sure that Sarka is treated for her injuries.
Okay.
I'm gonna try that. Okay.
Make that talk roll. I mean, so you're instilling in him the idea that she's still alive.
She is still alive.
Yeah, he doesn't know that for sure, but I think he can see that, and like he wants her to be alive, right? This is different because you're not threatening her life. You're doing the opposite. You're like, we can save her, even though we were the ones that. So we'll call this difficulty. We'll call it like 9. It can be 9 or better.
Oh god,
pretty good.
Okay, charisma talk. 7. Cool. This is fun.
Angry boy.
That was great.
Yep. So yeah, rolled a 4 and a 1. With your +2 charisma. So
which one's the one?
He's too angry.
Wait, it's a 2d6, but I get to reroll on a negotiate, right? Is it?
This is a negotiation. Yeah. So roll one more d6, and that'll replace the 1.
Okay, 1d6.
Yeah, because you're not rerolling the whole thing. You keep your 4. So you currently have 6 plus whatever you
8.
just. Okay, there you go. Yeah. So Jason, you and the soldier both, you feel him like look, and he doesn't say anything, but that idea of her being still being alive takes the fight out of him. And he doesn't like officially surrender. He's not like, no, I give up. We're good. He you just feel him like stop resisting for at least a second. Riley, it's your turn. What do you want to do? Everybody's yelling at you.
Everyone's yelling at me. So since nice didn't work, we're going to probably go with a little bit more angry now, because we tried Little Miss Nice Engineer, and these heathens, these fucking low life trash are threw a bottle at me.
Escalate further.
So I'm going to repeat what I said earlier, but this time maybe take away the acre saleswoman pitch and instead be like, all right, how do I want to say this? I understand you're upset, but you are now within direct violation of law enforcement. If you do not retreat to your habitats at this exact moment, you will be held in contempt and you will be detained. And please tell me like our backup is like coming at any second now.
They're like, we cut to the elevator and they're like, come on, let's go.
I'm just gonna make a second attempt
to try to like screwheads. Okay, so I mean this time it's more difficult because
I'm assuming
you started with the thing. So same roll. What did we say the difficulty was before? 10?
7, I think.
Yeah, did I just give you a regular difficulty? Yeah, that's right, because they wanted to go back in. Let's call it 9 now.
Okay.
Two more.
Oh God.
You can do it.
I'm hoping I can.
I believe.
And we're doing a lead on this one?
Yeah, this is lead. This is like you giving orders.
Oh, fuck yes.
Yes.
All right. So in the immediate vicinity, people look at you and they're like, okay, we don't want any of this. And they start to back off. The hab is still like pretty, like you haven't convinced everyone that's watching to calm down, but no one around you is going to like get in your way or try to interfere. So yeah, good work. You did that. That happened. Jason, what would you like to do?
Nice job.
Can I hold my action till after Booker goes?
You can, yes, yeah, you can.
Like, I'm still just waiting for this shot, I guess. Like,
sure. You're waiting to see what Booker does. Take his lead. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you let me know when you want to go. Booker, what do you do?
I'm gonna shoot him again.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, at this point, you can just walk. He's not fighting. He's not fighting back, right? He's like, he's surrendered. So
he has surrendered.
Well, like he hasn't been like, I give up, but you can see in his body language, he's for the moment not fighting.
So does that mean I get another +1?
You don't have to roll. I'm saying you can just walk up and shoot him with the gun.
That's exactly what I do.
Yeah, you can execute him. So
that's exactly what I do.
Yeah, there's a roll for this.
Of course there is.
It's not to hit him. It's not to hit him. That's not what this is. This is like, does he survive? this is the thing that alert prevents you from being having happened to you. So an execution is normally it takes a full minute, but I think it's fine to bypass that right now. You don't have to make the roll. You just walk up and fire. So I'm just gonna make a physical saving throw. If he gets it, he doesn't die instantly, but he's knocked unconscious. And if he fails, dead. All right. So what is this? Is this like you shoot him in the forehead or?
Yeah, it's as he does that, Booker just walks up, like finally, like he's like, I got a solid target. Like, let's end this. Let's make it quick. Done enough damage.
Yeah. So his head snaps back. There's some evaporating droplets of blood in the air. They just kind of like red steam comes out of the back hole of his head. And he slumps back against the edge of the banister and then it doesn't move.
Are there still people around, like remaining from the crowd?
Right. No, Riley has subdued the immediate area. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Is there a comm panel nearby that Booker can tie into? For the whole
to like access the whole thing.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Like you can see there's one that you could tap into. You don't have like direct access to it, but you do know someone who could give you that access.
Okay. If I don't have access to it, then I mean.
Yeah. Like Riley could jury rig it. So you could like.
It might not be necessary though. If the crowd's kind of subdued and Riley's got them kind of the ones that were initially interested that could grow into the whole rest of the
ones in the ones in the vicinity. And yeah, of course, as the immediate danger is over, this is when your backup arrives. So they come jogging over. They see two dead people, or what looks like two dead people, and then they look at you, Booker, like, what are we gonna do? I think the sergeant says to you, he's like, it's getting a little hot in here. We may want to move.
We're moving out now. What the hell was that, Jason?
Jason is just like still holding the arm of like the synth, like looking at it like pretty sort of like what? And then just kind of drops the body.
Yeah, you look down and 665A22X has this kind of like this look of giving up on his face. Like he's looking, his head is still pointed in the direction of Serica. And he doesn't look like scared or angry. He just looks like, well, this is it. He's this kind of like resigned look on his face.
Yeah.
He's just looking down and then sort of snaps back to Booker and is like, I was trying to stop him, didn't look like it did anything. Like, he just took that bullet like nothing and just looks like completely sort of a bit dazed.
Yeah, that's what synths do. We need to get the hell out of here now. Contain the situation. Nomi, call for medical.
Like points at Serica.
Yeah, and the soldier is looking at you, Nomi, like, I didn't mean to do it. I'm sorry. Like, what are we gonna do? We can't just leave her here.
Do we have a way to like get a stretcher or something to take her with us?
Not really. The building might have some kind of like first aid supply or something, but he could. This soldier could carry her. Yeah, you're right outside her house. Yep.
Okay.
Well, Booker's. I mean, if there's confusion still, Booker's like saying to Nomi,
call to get a medical team here now. We don't need to stay. She's stabilized right now. We need to get the hell out of here now before shit escalates.
I mean,
so you want to call like,
but how long is it going to take them to get here? Like, if you're trying, it sounds like you're trying to like get us out of here quick, but it's going to take them time. They're not going to show
stabilized,
up. We can't just leave her in the middle of the hallway and then leave.
That's what it sounds like. Booker is saying, like, call an ambulance and let's go. They'll find her lying on the floor.
Right.
Well.
Okay. So then, in character, I look at you and I just say, might I propose that we examine their domicile? We can move them into the home and wait for medical to arrive.
Examine? No. Move her in there and inform the medical crew? Yes. We're getting out of here.
Is it not possible that we might need some evidence to support what happened here?
Yeah, do we need to take this thing's body back with us? Like, what's the deal now?
Our job was to retire the synth.
Booker looks down at the synth.
Looks pretty retired to me.
Mm-hmm.
Snap a picture if you want.
Is it possible that they had contacts with other synths?
Booker takes a moment to think about.
Is it possible that this woman
from a legal perspective, she could be culpable for a number of crimes. So yeah, there is that.
Yeah. So I like point down at her to Sarka on the ground, and I just say, I understand that we were here for him, and I like point to the dead like synth thing, and I say, but it's possible that she was also a synth, and that they may know where there are more.
We see the soldier that shot her. There is a look of hope and of relief washes over his face. Like,
yeah,
maybe she wasn't a human. Oh, thank God. But he tries to hide it. But there is definitely a look, and you certainly perceive it, Nomi, of him being like, yes, please let that be true. Please tell me that she was a synth, and now I'm a hero instead of like an accidental murder guy.
Yeah.
Booker shoots a look at the soldier, like, and then right back to Nomi, and then the soldier again, right back to Nomi, and just like,
I understand what you're trying to do, but this isn't our job. We were here to retire a synth. It's done.
If she's also a synth, would it not be our job to retire her as well? If we leave her for the medical team and we have no further information, we may never know.
Speculation. You want to sit here and investigate the body? That's not our job. Have the medical team do it.
So Nomi's pretty convincing, and while like I'm certainly fine to let you guys hash this out in character, you could just make an opposed talk roll and see if one of you convinces the other. I'm certainly cool, because in this way we can kind of see like Nomi's actually pretty good at convincing people to do things. Does that sound okay to you, Max?
yeah, I suppose. I mean, I have the same thing too, I guess. Don't I have something similar like that where I can request somebody to I don't know if it's do something or tell me something.
Yeah, that's for like getting favors from like NPCs. But yeah, you could do
right.
Like a quick roll just to like. It doesn't mean you have to like do everything she says, but like there is a moment where you kind of have to just be like, okay, like fine, Nomi, we'll do what you say if she wins, or if you win, then Nomi can be like, fine, we'll do your plan.
Sure.
This is a thing that like commonly like this sort of thing comes up in role-playing games where you're just like, we just argue about it in character forever. But it's worth just having like a role, because I think that characters have abilities.
Couldn't Greaves technically pull rank?
Yes, that would be Greaves' next option. That if Nomi convinces you,
that
would be like,
that's essential. That's the escalation. That's the point of escalation. That's
where I was going. Your choice would be like, if Nomi wins this.
That's why I was asking like about rank, because like, is he technically in charge of all of us, or are we like, I mean, because am I like a soldier that is like an infantryman, or am I a noble who's like attached to this unit that he doesn't actually have control over? Like, I don't know how that
he can't tell you what to do, but technically there needs to be a chain of like, he decides how the mission proceeds, but you're allowed to argue with him.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. You could go both ways. Technically, like he's not in charge of you in your house. But
it's meant to be a little unclear. That's the point.
Okay.
I think
the situations like this come up.
I think the distinction is I'm in charge of the mission, but I'm not in charge of you if you want to just be like, fuck you. you know?
Yeah. And Nomi absolutely has the ability to convince Booker to do things a certain way, because that's what she's good at. So I think it's reasonable to just like make a versus test to see which of you kind of gets the conversational upper hand.
Cool. What do I do?
Both of you just make a talk roll. Okay. All right. So you can describe. I'll let you figure that. Like, say this one, Max. So what is it like? Nomi is making a point about how she thinks you should do things. And what do you? She wins. She
I rolled 2 1s in a row. How do I? So if I roll another one, I know
That's a
I've
good
got a
question.
6
Do you get to
already.
keep rolling?
It just
Yeah,
says,
give
yeah,
me
it just
a-
says re-roll ones on any skill check dice related
Yeah,
to
there you go.
negotiation. Diplomacy.
It's like I think it's like
Just,
the
like, keep doing
halfling thing in D&D. I think you get to roll again.
You
It's
get a
better.
2.
Better.
She sucks.
Good. You got a 7.
Uh,
But yeah, like so she convinces you. How do you respond to that? Like you see her point. You're like, okay, like me smart. That's what she's talking about.
She got
convinces
a
you.
6.
7 total.
7.
7. Okay. All right. I just forgot to add the +1 for my charisma, but that wouldn't have mattered anyways. I guess yeah. She keeps
What do you mean
putting.
+1 for your
What was the
charisma?
last thing you said? I don't even remember.
think
No,
I
man.
missed
You
that.
don't
What was
add,
what was
you
your
don't
last
add
name
anything.
more?
It does it automatically.
No,
Wait,
when you
how
roll the
does it
talk
do it?
roll, the modifier would be coming from your charisma, which I didn't.
Oh, so
Oh,
you mean
no,
you
no, when
didn't
you-
add the charisma to it?
Yeah.
When you rolled, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying that like so my point is that she might also be a synth based on the way that she was talking to him. Like she knew and was telling him to like run. So my point is that she might be a synth and that we don't know until we like investigate their house. And if we just leave her body here and say call the med team and then we leave, then
Right. You're
we
coming
might like
back.
never find her again.
You also
Yeah.
made the point that they might have leads on other synths
Right.
and other synth cells as well. Like they might know more.
This could be the
Okay.
an ice.
Okay. So yeah, you say that, and what were you gonna say? What's up?
Since there's still like a commotion over here, I'm gonna kind of turn around and be like, can't we just take her with us and interrogate her or investigate her or give her medical treatment on the ship? Because I don't really want to stay here much longer. There is a riot brewing.
I don't think it wise to carry a body out of this building.
We're
Not
not
with all the
taking
eyes.
her
Staying
with.
here?
How do you think that's going to look, Riley? We have a body with us after shooting
what,
a
we
bunch of
stay
things.
here? Oh,
Look, Nomi thinks that let's just check the domicile, see if there's any information, and then let's book out. We don't need to take anybody with us. But the more time we spend talking around here, the more chance we've got of something kicking off. If Nomi thinks that's a good
Agreed.
idea, I agree with her.
Agreed. Move her in there. Nomi, it's a slippery slope when you start suspecting everyone is a synth. That's all
I
I'm going to
grab the
say.
body.
You've got 5 minutes.
Right. So you all rush into the house, and this is like way more people than this house is equipped to hold. It's essentially a like a sort of micro kitchen unit. There's a single room with a porthole style like window, and then on the wall there's a panel from which a bed, like a Murphy bed, would emerge that you could sleep on, and then there's probably like an in wall closet unit. So you come in. One of the soldiers picks up the body, picks up Dex's
I was going to
body.
say I would have.
You wanna grab him? Okay.
I would have grabbed Serica. Sorry, I grabbed
Okay.
Serica and take her.
You
in.
got her. And one of the soldiers grabs Dex, and everybody kind of like comes in here. One of the actually, I guess 2 of the soldiers stay outside. They stand outside to like keep an eye on things. Yeah, so you come in here and take a quick look around. It's like grimy but not dirty. Like it's old and has had many tenants over the decades. But it looks like it's fairly well kept. There's some like pots hanging over the cooking unit. What do you do when you get in there? You like start rolling the place?
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
Like probably a desk with papers.
Okay. On this
Or
this
any kind
planet
of, like,
and
computer
among
or
4
something.
people, yeah, I was gonna say paper is not going to be a thing you'll necessarily find, but you could certainly search for yeah, you could
computers or data files.
Yeah,
or
like
something.
a data pad or something. Yeah.
So whoever is the like sort of lead investigator on this will make the roll, and then everyone else can help with a notice roll. So who's doing who has the highest notice, and then everybody else you can.
I have a 0.
Notice. I got a +1.
I got a +1.
I don't have any skill in it, so.
All right. So either Jason
probably
or Booker.
Makes sense to be Booker. Like I'd be helping, I think.
So Riley,
roll.
Jason, and Nomi all roll against a flat 7 difficulty, and then Booker, for each of them that gets a 7 or higher, you'll get a +1.
What's the what's
the
skill?
the
is it?
stat?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
it'll be notice. You'll use wisdom.
Wisdom. That's a 0 anyways. Okay.
Okay. All right. So Booker, make a notice roll with a +2.
Okay. I'm still a little confused on how. So notice has a +1. Do I? It doesn't automatically add that when I do it. It says
It should.
modifier.
It should.
Well, select your stat, like select wisdom on the little drop down next to notice.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Like if you hover over, it says
select
none.
you'll select your wisdom, and then in modifiers.
Gotcha. Okay, I didn't actually notice that little drop down. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird that it doesn't prompt it.
It's a little strange, yeah.
And then when it gives you the thing that says like modifier, put 2 because we helped.
Yep. I knew that.
I think
part.
the reason it doesn't prompt is so that you can set it, because most of the time you're always rolling with wisdom for notice. So
yeah, I was more talking about the actual plus, modifiers that you have on the skills themselves. That's all. All right, cool.
Okay, so you got 7. That's a success. It's not an unmitigated, like, fantastic success, but it's a success. So you find all of the accoutrement you might expect from a crappy little apartment like this. A bunch of like mycoprotein like blocks in what equivalates as a fridge. The closet is mostly women's clothes, but there are a few sort of similar looking like men's outfits. There is there's a data pad that she has sitting on one of the pieces of furniture. She's got like a little table and a chair. So there's a data pad sitting on there. And there is the digital equivalent of a picture frame. There's an image on a little projector, and the image is her and Dex and a kid. The kid looks a lot like her. The kid has the same coloration as Sarika. And the three of them are at it looks like they're at a market or something together. And this is just like a repeating like 3D kind of selfie of the three of them. And I think that's what we see. We see that shot of the thing, and that's what you find. And you also have her data pad. It's locked, but Riley can fix that when we get back from our break. So let's take a break here, and you can decide what to do with that evidence when we return. Don't go anywhere. We got lots more Bar Verona when we return.
Hopefully better rolls.
Hopefully.